Hello. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. My name is Heather. I'm a songbird stamper. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from Fairham in the United Kingdom. I'm hoping you can hear me, see me, and everything's going to work this evening. I'll wait a few minutes just for a few people to pop on. But if you're catching up on the replay, thank you so much for hopping on. You might want to fast forward just a little bit while I wait for everybody to kind of get online. I'm aware it's only 1 minute to 8. I'm a bit early, which is unusual for me, to be honest. 20 minutes ago, my craft room was an absolute mess. And yeah, I'm here. We made it. So yeah, I've got something a bit different for us today. This is not what I was going to make, but it arrived with Mr. UPS, and I thought you guys might quite like to see it. It's the I'll get it out anyway, so you can kind of see what we're. I won't get the whole thing out because I want to do a bit of an unboxing. Hey Anne-Marie, how are you? Need a bit of an unboxing, but I'm going to be playing with the. It's all backwards for me, so I'm hoping this is the right way around for you. The Cozy and Bright card kit, which is stunning. I must admit, I'm not really a kit person. Hello, Eloise. Oh, I'm on the TV tonight. Hello, Vince. Nice to see you this evening. I'm not really a kit person, but every now and again, one really catches my eye. And they catch my eye for a couple of reasons. One, because they're just beautiful as is. Two, because I think I could do a lot with that. Three, because I think it works with the kits that we've already got. So there's 3 reasons I love this kit. It's £22, available now to purchase, and I think you're going to love this one. So I'm going to do a couple of things. We're going to make it as is. The kits are fantastic, Eloise. They're brilliant for just if you're just stuck in a bit of a rut, don't know what to do. Yeah, I'm going to be sending an email out about this one and blogging about it, I think, because I know a lot of people do. Oh, I'm trying to get it lined up. I know a lot of people do get stuck in a bit of a rut and they're not sure what to create. And sometimes you just need a bit of a kick, and these can be that real kick. I love this so much. I'm also going to be running several classes in October based around this one, and some alternatives. So we'll look at an alternative today. Did you take this one? Have you got this kit? It is brilliant. So I'm hoping people for my classes, I'm hoping they don't actually have this one yet. But even if you had, you get another. So you get 12 kits in here. 12, enough kit to make 12 cards. So I'm going to show you how to read the instructions, because that can be a bit confusing as well if you're not sure what you're doing. Exactly, everything's in the box. So we're going to get in and open the box up, I think. Let me just zoom you out a little bit, and then you can see what we're doing. I'm hoping this isn't fuzzy. Apparently I had a report last week that everything was a bit fuzzy, but I'm hoping not. So in our little kit, we get some gorgeous, gorgeous sentiments. Now, I'm always whinging that I don't have enough Christmas sentiments. So we've got this one that says, wishing you a Merry Christmas. May this holiday warm your heart. All is cozy and bright. Celebrate the season. Happy Christmas and a joyous new year, which you can see I've already used. And orange, you glad it's Christmas? And that is because the kit has oranges on it. So a bit of a play on words. So we get the stamp set. We get some kind of pop out, this way around. Little pop out die cut banners for our sentiments. All the sentiments fit on those, which is fabulous. Just quite plain and simple. You get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So you get 2 extra in case you make a bit of a mistake. So we've got those. 12 envelopes. Now, sometimes in the kits, the envelopes have got patterns on the insides, and you can cut them open and use the pattern paper on the inside. But they don't this time. They've got this gorgeous design down the front, though. So really, if you're going to make them with the oranges, they'll fit beautifully. They'll fit perfectly. If not, you'll have a couple left over, and you could always use that on the inside. So you could cut that off, place that on the inside of your card, and then you'd have an insert into your card as well, and then you could just use the plain envelopes. So we've got those. We'll put those to one side. You get your sheet of foam dots, which is fab. Again, it all comes in the kit. You get a block to put your stamps on, so they all fit on the block. I think they've made these a bit thicker as well. That's a nice thick chunky block. It's not as rounded. I'll show you the standard Stampin' Up block. It's the same size as a D block, but it's not as thick or rounded. So it's not quite as easy as on the hands. It's a bit sharper, but you know, for £22, you're getting all of this in the kit. You get an ink spot, Puppy Parade. There's not much stamping to do on this one, actually. You've got the greetings, but that is it. I'm going to be doing some more stamping on one of the alternatives that I'm going to show you tonight. But other than that, if you do it as normal, you really haven't got much stamping to do. So you've got your roll of twine. The only thing you don't get is scissors, so you will need to fit a pair of scissors in the box. Obviously, if you're going on a flight, don't suggest you put those in the box. You might be able to borrow some from reception or something like that if you're going away. We're going away in September, so I wouldn't be able to kind of take these on the plane. All we've got is carry-on luggage, but I might be able to ask reception for a pair of scissors if I choose to take some crafting with me. Which, do you know, I might do. You get these cute little die cuts. Really quite thick, these. Oh, these are stickers, actually. They're stickers. They just peel off. And these are kind of star anise, aren't they? So orange slices and star anise. And then you get 4 sheets of those. You get 4 sheets of these. Is there 4? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are your die cuts, I think. Yep. So little cinnamon sticks and orange slices. They just pop out. And then the pièce de résistance, as they say. These are stunning. Gold foil. Hey Lisa, how are you doing? So who's got this kit? Who hasn't got this kit? Let me know if you've got it or not. I just thought, you know what, I'll add it on a bit of a whim. I'll add it onto my order. They're all the same. So this card kit, it doesn't make variables. It makes 12 of the same card. Obviously, you can change that up if you want to, but the kind of design is there for you to make 12 of the same. So a good amount of really beautiful Christmas cards. They are gorgeous. Evening Evergreen. All those lovely printed leaves. And you've got the holly berries. You've got the pine cones and that gorgeous gold foiling. So we'll make one up as normal, I think. We'll make one up just as is supposed to be. Let you see what they look like. So we've got a card base. I'm going to fold this in half. First time I ever got a kit, I just couldn't really seem to make hide nor hair of the instructions. So I'll run people through. These are your instructions. This is your components. This is what you've got in your box. And then what you've got is a bit of a key on the back. Should be a key. No, there isn't on this one. I should have looked at it before I came online. Sometimes there's a key, and then whatever number it says is what the instruction is. But so this is just telling you to ink this up in red. So it's more pictorial, which is quite good. So ink this stamp up in red and stamp it onto this size banner. Then it's telling you to find, can you see that? It's telling you to find this sheet and take that one and pop it there. Then it's telling you to put 3 dimensionals. You see those little hexagon shapes? Put 3 dimensionals on the back of that orange. It's telling you to put 2 dimensionals on the back and to cut a length of twine to tie in a bow just over the cinnamon sticks. And then to put 2 dimensionals on the side of your banner here and stick that down. And then adding a couple of these star anises just there and there. You've got the chat open on your phone while watching on the TV, and there's a big delay on the phone. Isn't that strange? Ah, you've not got this one yet, Lisa. Well, I might convince you by the end of tonight. I genuinely think it's gorgeous. So I'm going to choose Orange You Glad It's Christmas, I think. No, I'm gonna go May This Holiday Warm Your Heart. May this holiday warm your heart. If I knew somebody who loves puns, and I probably do if I think hard enough, then they might get the Orange You Glad It's Christmas one, because I think they'll find that funny. So I'm just going to put that onto the block. Nice clear stamp so you can see exactly where they're going. We'll open the ink spot up, if I can. Sometimes they're a bit tricky to open. To get my snips, I really shouldn't do this with my paper snips. There we go. I've now got red ink all over my fingers. Right, so we'll ink that up. Sometimes with these photopolymer stamp sets, you can need to prime the stamp first. It actually doesn't look too bad, but all I'm going to do is just stamp that down and rub slightly. All you get is with the manufacturing process, sometimes you can end up with a little bit of like a film on top, and what that means is the ink just beads slightly on the photopolymer stamp set. Yeah, that's much better. It just beads on the top of it and doesn't really soak in as well. So let's try and line this up. May this holiday warm your heart. Beautiful. Yep, that's stamped lovely. Oh, nearly swore. Right, ignore my messy grid paper. I'll turn it over because I think it's nice for you to have fresh grid paper. Right, what have we got next? So it says peel off. So we've got our card base. We're going to peel off this orange and we're going to put that over here. Then we're going to take one of these big oranges. So pretty, those colours, aren't they? Absolutely gorgeous. We're going to take that. We're going to take 3 of our... This is exactly what the kit is telling us to do. Okay, so if you wanted to just follow the kit, this is what you would do. These are quite chunky foam dots. I think they're actually chunkier than the ones that we get normally. And we're going to put that one over there. I don't want to cover up too much of that bottom leaf, and bearing in mind that we've got a cinnamon stick that needs to go on as well. So on the back of the cinnamon stick, we're going to put a dimensional here and here, and then that's going to lay over like this. So we don't need dimensionals all over it because the rest of the orange is going to keep that lifted up. I'm going to put one there and one up in here. Just fits. Yep, perfect. So I am just going to add in a little bit of Tombow glue. Just down here, just so it sticks to the orange as well. Oh, come on. And then we've got a little bit of twine. This will be a really relaxing, don't have to think, really relaxing way to spend an hour or two. Tie a little bow. Twine always kind of curls, and I find it can be quite a challenge to tie a bow out of it sometimes. So if you want to straighten it, just run it along in your fingers. and that can straighten it out and stop it from really curling up so much. Sometimes you want the curl and sometimes you don't. So can you guess what stamp set I'm going to pair with this in a minute? That's your little trivia challenge while I make this up. Can you guess which stamp set I'm going to pair with this kit for making a little bit of an alternative version if you didn't want to stick to the actual design? Now, I don't know how you're supposed to stick the twine on because they haven't given us any glue dots. So maybe we were supposed to tie it round the cinnamon, but I luckily do have some glue dots, so I'll just break those out. Exactly, Eloise. You really don't need to think about it. Hello, Joanna. Nice to see you. How are you doing? Have you had a nice week? Yeah, you really don't need to think about it too much. You're just crafting, aren't you? You're just crafting, having some fun. And yeah, £22. I really don't think that's too bad at all. So now we've got our sentiment. Oh, look, I'm not a big one normally. I don't mind breaking my nails, but it's left me with a bit of a chunk, which will annoy me. So another use for paper snips. Naughty. Right, I'm just going to add on my sentiment. Oh yeah, I'm really well actually, thank you. I'm really well. Yeah, doing good this week, which is good. Thank you. Apples. Now then, that's interesting. It's not the apples, but I think you're actually right. It might go quite well. Apples and oranges. Nope, you're wrong. The wreath one. Oh, no, not the cottage wreath. One I've had a while. That might help you. Fond of... Oh, do you know what? Some really cracking suggestions here. Fond of autumn would work quite nicely. But no, not that one either. Right, I'm just going to pick this up so I can make sure I line this up straight. Lovely. And then a couple of these little star anise. Love that. That was fun. Beautiful. I think that's absolutely stunning. Just as is, really nice way. And I know it comes together really quickly, so it's only taken 15 minutes to make this card up. It's gorgeous, isn't it, Joanna? Absolutely lovely. Yeah, a really, really cracking kit. I know it's only taken 15 minutes, so I think 12 cards, quarter of an hour each. It's 4 in an hour. That's 3 hours. That's 3 hours of entertainment. And at the end of the day, if you were making this up with friends, how nice would that be to get a couple of kits each, sit down together over a couple of glasses of wine? This is sounding like a lovely idea. I might have to do this. Sit down over a couple of glasses of wine, some good food, and just sit and make some Christmas cards together. I think that would be a wonderful way to spend an evening. Or you can mix it up. And the stamp set I've brought in is this one. Merriest Moments. I just thought with the foliage, these kind of poinsettias would work really nicely. And these leaves are kind of similar. The other one that would work really well, I thought, is Painted Autumn. Is it painted? Is it called Painted Christmas? Christmas Season. This one. I thought that would work really nicely as well, but there's already quite a lot of pine cones on here, so I wasn't too sure. I thought this one would work really, really well. And I know a lot of my class ladies already have this one. because we did an all-day class with it last year at Christmas. And so this is going to be the all-day class, or the evening class, or the Thursday morning class. All my classes, basically, in October are going to be making these, like, with this kit, and they'll have, a lot of people will have this stamp set. So let's break this open and see what we've got, shall we? We might have a couple of different poinsettias. I actually made a bit of a version of this earlier, and I used this one from the Ringed with Nature. So I used that poinsettia, but then it was then that I kind of thought, oh, that would work really nicely if my ladies have already got this one. So let's see if we can work this out, because I've got a lot of ideas for alternatives that you could do with this. So yeah, lots and lots of choices. So we need a little bit of white scrap, and we're going to be using a bit of heat and stick powder, and we're going to be using a little bit of gold foiling as well, which will be quite interesting to see how that goes. It's one of those things that either works really well or is an absolute disaster. Most of the time it works really well. Right, so I'm just going to ink, and you could absolutely use the big pad if you've got the big Poppy Parade pad at home, but this one's out on my desk, so just make sure that's not shimmery. Gorgeous, gorgeous colour, Poppy Parade. And I'm going to do one full strength, one stamped off. Now, there's dies with this Merriest Moments stamp set. Can I find them? No. The whole set, the stamps, the dies, and the embossing folder was a carryover from last year. And I put it somewhere safe. The stamps and the dies and the embossing folder, put it somewhere safe, and it took me ages to find it when this new catalogue came out. Well, I did find it, and I've now got the stamps and the embossing folder, and I can't find the dies anywhere. So no idea what I've done with them, which is a pain. You could absolutely do those all full strength if you wanted to. I've just gone for a little bit of variation so that when I layer the two together, we've got a bit of depth of colour. So I'm going to have to fussy cut those out because, like I say, I can't find the dies anywhere. I'm still continuing to look, and they might come to me at some point, but who knows. So what's everyone's plans for this weekend then? Anybody got anything on? I've got a bit of a busy weekend. Working nights this weekend, and I'm teaching a class tomorrow, and we've got team training on Saturday. So possibly doing a little bit too much, but I'll sleep all day Sunday. I'll have caught up. I'll catch up nicely. I'll get a couple of hours in between before team training, I think, as well. On Saturday morning. I just can't. I hate missing out on things. Spending the day with your Stampin' Up team on Saturday for a day of crafting. Snap. Joanna, that sounds amazing. Lovely. Where's your team? Where are you based? And have you got to drive far? Mine's not too far. Yeah, team training on Saturday, I know. And I'm devastated to miss out on the craft show, but I just don't think I can. I'll be exhausted. I can't do it. I have to say no at some point. Sad as that is. Yeah, we haven't got far to go to team training. I am Littlehampton. 45 minutes from me. If anybody ever fancies joining the team, you'd be more than welcome. We've got a lovely little team. There's five of us. Well, 6 of us in my team. And yeah, we have a lovely time. I'm going to try and arrange a Christmas event for us as well, because we've not done anything really since kind of COVID. And the team's grown a little bit, which is great news. Fabulous to have some new people. And yeah, our wider team is led by Emma Goddard at the Stampin' Starfish. So we get together with them quite regularly, actually. Sometimes through Zoom, and then I think 4 times a year. Or is it every other month? Might be every other month, actually, in person, which is amazing. There's always cake, there's crafting, there's chat. Yeah, brilliant. Not too far. We're all over, but meeting just down the road, about 15 minutes. Oh, you're lucky then. That's brilliant. Cambridgeshire. Gorgeous area. That's nice not to have to drive too far as well, isn't it? That's one of the things I did want for myself. I know not everybody minds, but I wanted to be quite close to my wider team. Driving distance, at least. Hello, Mandy. How are you? You're late. Bless you. Not a problem. We've been having a bit of fun this evening with, this is totally not what I had planned either. Yeah, not what I had planned at all, but we've been making a card from the Cozy and Bright card kit. Gorgeous. Him indoors says you can't go. Let's see about that. Oh, you can't go where, Anne-Marie? Where is he not going to let you go? I would just go anyway. You know me. Ah, more fussy cut. Yeah. Oh, look. I've got that. Not dirty yet. Oh, I'm glad. Yes, I'm glad you're good. All fussy cutting, which is my favourite thing to do as well. Although I was saying this set has got dies, but I can't find them. And I have actually got them for once, but I've lost them. And a customer of mine has ordered them, and I've got them sat in a box waiting to give her, and I was so tempted to break them out. I was going to message her and say, I'll knock you a few pounds off if I can use your dies tonight. But I don't mind a bit of fussy cutting. I will find them. I will keep searching. Oh, my Christmas get together. He's not going to let you go to my Christmas get. That's mean. That is just mean. We're going and we'll have fun. We'll do some crafting. We might have some lunch, some afternoon tea maybe. Yeah, I think that'd be a good plan. Get the team together. So I've got 3 more to do. We're halfway through these, and then I've got some leaves to do, and then we'll get to putting the card together. Because you don't want to sit here and watch me fussy cutting all evening, I'm sure. As much as a lot of you say that you enjoy watching me fussy cut, you probably don't want to watch me all evening. Yeah, this is not what I was going to make for this evening. We were going to do ink smushing, watercolour smushing backgrounds, and I've had out the Joyful Flurry stamp set, and we were going to play with that, but it didn't happen. I wanted to do this instead. I'm not that big into kits normally, but this is a good one, a really, really good one. I just like that the card design, like that, you can put so much in the middle. Any of your kind of Christmas stamps, probably not snowflakes, but it might work. And then you could cut them out, you can make them into fancy folds, you can do all sorts with those card bases, which you will see if you join my class in October. Could even potentially be twisted my arm to do an online class. If enough of you want it and shout up for it, I might even do a Zoom class using this kit with all the alternatives. Well, I baked cookies today as well for my class tomorrow. Get together with my class on Fridays, and I feel like I've been leaving them out because I haven't made them cookies yet. I've been making stuff for my other groups, and I thought, oh, I'll try a new recipe. And Ross is like, you're not giving these away. Oh, we're going to eat them all ourselves. But no, sweetie, we can't eat 16 cookies just to ourselves. We need to give some away. But because they are good, they are seriously good. Triple chocolate chunk cookies. I might be tempted to make another batch. Certainly nearer Christmas, we're going to have to. I keep saying, oh, I'll lose weight over Christmas. Now the summer season's over and done with, and all the eating out and the barbecues, and I'll lose weight. And then Christmas comes around, doesn't it? And it's like, oh, nice food. Let's eat that. So hot. Okay, so we're nearly done with these. Now, actually, I find with these stamps, with these poinsettias, fussy cutting them can be better than using the dies, just because you get a bit further in, and that enables you to really lift those petals up a little bit. Whereas with the dies, it comes out much further out, so you don't really get the same lift on the petals that you would do when you fussy cut them. Right, I'll clear this away. I just need to get a drink. And then all I do with these is just curl the petals with my fingers, and I never kind of pull, because you risk pulling the petal off. I actually push. So finger in and push. Monday, this is Poppy Parade. So this is the colour that comes in the kit. And yeah, this is Poppy Parade. Really vibrant red. The one I made earlier was using a slightly different, I say made. This is real red. So it's a bit darker. You can't really see the difference on camera, actually. But that was made using real red. So either would work. But yeah, I've just used the one that came in the kit. Getting a sense of deja vu. I have cut and curled a lot of these recently. Might have been some form of a swap. Lovely, aren't they? Love these poinsettias. Now I've done 3 of the big ones, but you could absolutely do some of the smaller one as well. This smaller one's really pretty. It's a very different kind of patterning on the leaves. But gorgeous, gorgeous, all the same. So I'm just going to stick these together. Now I'm going to do I'm going to do it that way around, with the fainter one on the bottom rather than on the top. Just, I don't really know why, if I'm completely honest. I just think it looks a bit better. Normally you would think, normally you would think, oh, the darker petals would be at the back. But I just don't think it stands out as well as putting the lighter one at the back and then that darker one at the front. And like I said, you could do too light or you could do too dark. Really, the choice is yours. I just think this way round, it gives you that little bit extra of dimension. Brings that flower out a little bit. Do you know, my dad is in South Africa at the moment, and he's in Zambia at the moment, and he sent us some pictures today of Victoria Falls. He is having the best holiday, I think. He's on a complete adventure with lots of his South African friends, and they are self-safarying through Zambia and Zimbabwe. And I am very jealous. Yeah, he is having a riot, I think, by the sounds of it. And they've got their kind of trailers and cars, and or not even, they're not cars, are they? They're like massive 4x4s, tractors almost. Okay, so I've brought these out. These flower. Yeah, he is living his best life, and I don't blame him at all. But I am very, he's been out there for about 3 weeks now. I'm very, very jealous. I thought it was exciting the other day when I went to the Emsworth show. I can't blame him at all. I'm just going to put these in the centre of these. Oh, we are going to love Copenhagen, I am sure. Yeah, he is having the trip of a lifetime. He goes out quite a lot, and they've been on several safaris. But I think this is, and he's done the garden route. I think this is just that bit more special. I think they are having a brilliant time. Okay, so what else have we got? Some leaves. Let's stamp some leaves. I've got both of these. There's 3 leaves in this set, holly leaves, which is a bit odd because poinsettias don't actually have holly leaves, but it kind of seems to be the thing to do with poinsettias is have holly. Poinsettia leaves are actually just more like poinsettia petals, just green, but it doesn't really work so well. So we've got those. Let's get a bit of card. I'm going with Evening Evergreen. Oh, just needs spinning a little bit. Right, let's go with that. So we've got Evening Evergreen, and I'm going to stamp off. So stamping off is where you stamp once onto grid paper, and that gets rid of the worst of the ink, or the darkest of the ink. And then we need a little bit more card. Oh, Joanna, me too. Yeah, very much looking forward to on stage. I don't know of a demonstrator who's going who isn't really excited to go to on stage. So those who don't know, if you are a Stampin' Up demonstrator, which is another fabulous reason to join the team, you get to go to kind of conventions. And so we've got our first in-person event since Dortmund in 2019. And yeah, it's been a long time coming, 3 years, and I know so many people are very excited. One of my team's going, and it's the first in-person on-stage event that she's been to, and I'm genuinely so excited, both for me and for her. I am really looking forward to it. Shame more of the team can't come, but maybe another year. It's your first in-person event as well. Oh, brilliant. You are going to have a blast. Are you going? I'm guessing you're going with the team, which is great as well. Really nice to do things in person. And yeah, it's 3 days in Vienna, and so excited. We've gone out. We're going a bit early as well, which would be nice to see a little bit of the sights, a little bit of the city, make a proper break of it. Now you could do some of these leaves darker if you wanted to. This is Evening Evergreen, like I said, stamped off. I thought the background was quite dark, so I didn't mind my leaves being that little bit lighter, just to kind of stand out, really. If they'd been so dark against this dark background, they might not have stood out so much. And I wasn't quite sure if this is garden green, so I've gone for Evening Evergreen, and we'll see how it works out. So you can see, just by kind of adding your stamps in, you're extending the life. I mean, kits, this is my personal, I find kits can be over and done with quite quickly, and I think that's one of the reasons I shy away from them sometimes. I shouldn't really, because once you do the whole kit, it's a good morning's of entertainment, which, you know, for the money, really isn't bad at all. But as soon as you add in your own stamps and dies and things, you really turn it from a quick put the cards together into something really more detailed. There's about 15 of you going. Awesome. Mostly traveling together and all staying nice. Staying in the same hotel is great, isn't it? Yeah, we luckily just about managed to squeeze into the same hotel as my upline. I hope someone's warned them. Brilliant. Wouldn't it be funny if we were in the same hotel, Joanna? That would be amazing. But there's so many hotels. So I don't know if we would be. But yeah, if there's a lot of demonstrators, I know there's quite a few teams staying in the same hotel we're in as well. Yeah, it's going to be good. Breakfast together, and yeah, it can be amazing. Are you with us, Lisa? Is that in the same hotel as the Stampin' Starfish? That's brilliant news. I remember Dortmund where I met you and Louise, and yeah, it was great. I loved it, absolutely loved it. And Emma and Cherry. Seems like such a long time ago. And Helen, and yeah, brilliant. Absolutely loved it. Right, so they're all done. So we're going to bring in my trusty Tupperware container, some heat and stick powder. I don't normally use this, but I just wanted to show you how to get a bit of gold foiling on the ends of these leaves. Oh, I know, Carrie. Yeah, fabulous. She's having a blast, and you're going to have a blast too in Dortmund. Oh, wonderful, Lisa. That's brilliant. So what I'm going to do is bring in some Versamark. And all I'm going to do is grab my leaf, work out which is the base and which is the top, and just dab some of that on to the top. Or doesn't it just feel like a lifetime ago? Really, life's just changed, doesn't it? So much. So I'm not going to heat emboss that straight away. I'm just going to do this to all of the leaves first of all. So I'm just putting a bit of Versamark on the end, dipping this in the heat and stick powder. Wow, that's quite a lot. If you put too much on, just rub some off with your finger. Oh, where are you? Come on then. So just get a bit of powder on there. No worries, Lisa. You look after yourself. Have a lovely rest of the evening, and I will see you soon. I'll see you in person soon. Right, yeah. So again, just you can distress this slightly just by rubbing a bit of this, and then you don't get that harsh edge. That's obviously what's happened. So where I've put it on, and I've got this harsh edge with the heat and stick powder. But you just rub that off with your finger. We're just wanting to put a bit of gold onto the tip of these leaves. I don't know if you can hear Ross laughing next door. If you can, I apologise. He's having a good time with his racing buddies on the computer. That's his Thursday night thing. Bless him. Okay. So I can put that away, and I can put the powder away. And I can then bring in the heat tool. So I'm going to want to do these one at a time. And I've got my gold foiling in a pot. What I don't want to do is get my heat gun anywhere near my pot. Because look, that's just me blowing on it gently. So it will go everywhere if you let it. Gorgeous, isn't it? Look at that. Love gold foil. Okay, so I'm just going to heat one up at a time. I've got my tweezers. We'll plug this in first. Now the trick to heat and stick, yeah, don't sneeze. The trick to heat and stick powder is not to overheat it. It turns very, very quickly, and you don't want to overheat it because you'll just destroy the stickiness on it. So soon as you hear it, kind of see it melt, pop it into the foil. And then you can just gently brush this off. And it's going to be all over your fingers. But it should also be all over the edge of your holly leaf. How cool is that? Just adds that real hint of bling. Well, there you go, Joanna. Time to get it out and have a play. This is a fabulous way to use it. Heat and stick powder is brilliant. I know a lot of people have problems with it, but it's just that don't heat it too much. You can hear that's really not on for very long, is it? And then just dab that in. Embossing powder takes a lot longer, and I think that's what we're used to using. And it does give this more distressed look. So if you want a total coverage, you might not get it, but I love it. I think it's a really, really nice effect. It is, isn't it? It's absolutely beautiful. Thank you. I haven't really done anything though. I don't know why I'm saying thank you. The equipment has done its work. I'm just showing you how to use the equipment. Because we don't know unless we're told, do we? And that's why I love the way Stampin' Up run their company, because so often you get these craft products and you just don't know what to do with them until someone shows you. You purchased the gold leaf and powder about a year ago when it came out. Haven't used it yet. Yes, please. Show me what you do, Mandy, as well. Do promise me you'll use it. It's a really, really nice way to do it, this. Just adding that real tint of foil onto the end of the leaves. Couldn't see that turn, but I'm conscious I really don't want to overheat it. If it doesn't stick, that's what's happened, is you've just overheated it. And if I was doing this kind of on a bigger area, I'd be great getting my sponge out, and you can use a sponge to kind of get all this off, but I'm just using my fingers, it's fine. That's it. The key to the flakes is to have them in have them in a Tupperware box. So empty them out into a Tupperware box, but not one with a kind of clip-on lid, if that makes sense. Not one with a pop-on lid, because as soon as you pop that lid off, you're going to get them everywhere. These are the really useful boxes, and they work really nicely because it just clips on, clips off, and then it's loose. So there's no suction, which means you can just lift the lid off with no worries at all. Okay, last one. Beautiful. Because we're a little bit tight on time, and I've already got the things done, I cut 3 of these earlier because, again, I thought these worked really, really nice, or looked really, really like they would fit in with this kind of background. Just cut in gold foil, and these are from the Organic Beauty Dyes. So not what you might expect. They look, to me, really good for Christmas. And it's from the Organic Beauty Dyes, the one with this big trellis in the background. And it's got some kind of die cut shapes to cut out the stamps. But then you've got that one and this one as well. So I've cut 3 of those in gold foil. So we can kind of start thinking about putting this together, really. I also stamped one of our greetings from the stamp set. onto one of the die cuts, and we're just going to have a think about popping this together. I mean, it's just that on its own, isn't it? You don't need all the extra stuff because it's gorgeous just as it is. But you know me, if we're going to do it, let's do it. Throw the kitchen sink at it. See what else we can get on there. So I'm just curling these leaves. Again, just give them a little bit of dimension. I wanted to try and get some gems on here, but I don't think I need them. I've just got those 3 in there, and we've got so much gold foil splattering around. I think they'd get lost. So just giving some texture to these leaves just by shaping them. Just lifts them off the page a little bit. Really comes together nice, doesn't it, Joanna? Thank you. And this is just one of many alternatives that I've got in my head ready for classes in October, where you'll get the kit with the class. So anybody kind of local wants to come to a class, you'd be more than welcome. All the details will be on my website, www.thesongbirdStamper, and just look for in-person classes. Or yeah, like Enough of You Shout, I might go, oh, I don't really need to use mine, do I? I've got these ones. Enough of You Shout, I might pop an online class on. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So with these, I'm just putting one dimensional behind the back. You get 12, Mandy, 12 card bases, and yes, they are decorated envelopes. They're not as highly decorated. So you just got this really, really simple design, and the insides sadly are white because I quite enjoy. Now, how have I taken that off? I'm just going to put this on because otherwise I'm going to end up sticking it. I'm just going to pop that on there, and let's pop this on the back of one of these flowers. Otherwise, I'm going to end up losing them. Right, let's pop that on there. So what my thought was, if you did something like this, you didn't necessarily want the orange envelope, what I would do is cut the design off the front, cut it down to size, and then have that on the inside of the one that you've stamped, that you've done. I know, exactly. I love doing that, Mandy. Yeah, when they've got the lined envelopes, free designer series paper. Sadly, not this time. I know, gutted. But we have got that little design on the front we can use. But yes, that was one of the first things I looked at. I was like, oh, have we got? So I just don't know how I had these lined up a minute ago. It seemed to be right. So I might just peel this one off, bless him. Sorry, mate, come on. And I might just go, because that looks like it wants to go there. That one might come down a little bit. And then this one can go here. Like that. And then what I can do is kind of poke these in underneath. So you might look at me and go, oh my goodness, why do you need to put so much on a card? But I don't know, I just think more bling. You can't go wrong with a bit more bling. Now with these, you can either put glue on all of the blobby bits or just down the middle. Depends how well stuck down you want them. And then just poke that underneath. There, and then stick that down. So if you don't stick them down so firm, you'll get a bit of height, bring them off the page a little bit. Quite often what I'll do is just put a run of glue right down the centre. And then it means the ends aren't actually firmly stuck down. I quite like that lifted effect. Oops. And then we've got our leaves, which we can pop on. I haven't played with this really, so it's going to be a bit of wing it and see. Now you could put a dimensional if you wanted to make sure. Now you want the kit, stamp set and the dies. Well, if you come to a class, Eloise, then you'll be able to use all of this in the class in the Maker's House in October. So you won't necessarily need to get it all. You can just come and play with mine. I just love how that, look at those, the leaf really brings something, doesn't it? So we've got 3 big leaves, 3 small leaves. And we're just going to tuck them under, stick them down. Like I say, not a lot of rhyme or reason to this at the moment, which I might regret in a bit. Normally I've got them planned out. I'm just kind of sticking it all on for now. Trying not to cover up too much of this printed background because I think it's pretty. I just want it to show through. Does, doesn't it? The gold really helps. Yep. Yes, the flowers. I always put flowers up on dimensionals. The only thing I find that sometimes, depends how I've stuck them down, you might need to chop off the ends of your things that you're sticking under. But I just find that really helps me to be able to place things where I want them to be. I say that I've actually I don't really like where I've stuck that leaf. So I might try and get it off. I don't know how well it's going to work. It's coming. There he is. So I'm just going to move that to there, creating this real cluster. And that's just going to go underneath there like that, I think. So the background kind of becomes a background, and then you've got this huge focal point in the middle. Okay. So there's the front of our card. I think it needs something to break it up. I think it needs a sentiment across there, which means that that flower can be rescued because we're not going to see it. I just think it needs quite a lot of heaviness in there. So I'm just going to pop dimensional here. Now, the question is, do I double dimensional? Or do I go flat? I think I'm going to go double dimensional, which means I'm going to put 2 dimensionals on that bit there, which is off the flowers. And then that's on that end. And then everywhere else, all the way down here, I'm going to put just single dimensionals. And then when I lay this on, should work out the same height all the way across. If it was straight. It's kind of straight. There we go. And I have got a gold twine bow because whilst I like normal twine, I just think this needed a gold twine bow. And seeing as we're making it a little bit special. Thank you, Joanna. I really appreciate that. I'm glad you like it. Thank you. So that's just going to go under there. And if anyone can think of anything else I should put on here, then do shout me. But I think that's probably enough. I think any more, and I might risk overdoing it if I haven't already. So we've got 2 cards from the same kit. Both absolutely gorgeous. Just this one took us a little bit more time, and I genuinely think they are as nice as each other. I don't think you have to do this extra, but I like to. I like crafting. And so if you're feeling it and you're going with it, this is something that you can add. If you just want to kind of sit down, and I get there as well, I get days where I just think, you know what, I don't want to make anything. But I could just sit down in the living room in front of the television. There's no scissors involved apart from the twine, which you can pre-cut. Yeah, Mandy, do have a watch from the beginning. This kit is fabulous. I've really enjoyed working with it. And this is just 2 examples. This was the actual kit just being made up as the kit said. And this is where I've just gone a little bit off piste. Well, okay, I've gone quite a lot off piste. But yeah, I really like both of them. I think they're fab. Kit's £22. If you aren't a demonstrator and you like one, the link is in the description below. I'd be so grateful of your custom. And if you're local and you want to come to an in-person event, my in-person events are on my website, and we'll be using this kit in October because I think there's a lot that we can do with this to make some gorgeous Christmas cards. Oh, you really like the off-piste one. Thank you. That makes me happy. You look at them side by side, sometimes you think, oh, was it worth all that extra effort? But thank you. I really appreciate that. Gorgeous cards. And I will see you all next Thursday. Yes, I will see you all next Thursday. Thank you so much for joining me. It makes it totally worthwhile when you guys hop on. So if you're watching on the catch up, I would love to see you live one day. It's really, really nice. I know it can feel a bit off-putting because I chat kind of one-to-one with people, but if you want to hop on and say hi, I'll chat with you as well. You know, I'm not that kind of person. I'll chat to anybody. I don't have to know you. So please do pop on one day and say hi. Thank you, Mandy. Oh, you prefer the off-piste one? That's interesting. Yeah, I like going off-piste. It is definitely a bit of me on that card there. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate your time this evening. Have a lovely week, whatever you're doing, and I'll see you all again next week, I hope. Bye for now. Bye, guys.